Hi, ISA high schoolers. This video is about dual enrollment. Hopefully you've already watched everything else and this is the last one that you're watching. And it's just going to train you in the processes you'll need to know in order to be part of our dual enrollment program. First of all, you are not allowed to take dual enrollment until 11th grade in Georgia unless you have a 1200 on an SAT or a 26 on an ACT. So if you have that, you can start in 10th grade, and yes, it'll still be covered by Georgia. Georgia covers 30 hours of dual enrollment for free as long as you keep a 3.0 GPA and don't fail your DE classes. If you fail one course, we're going to have a conversation because we need to make sure you don't fail a second course. After you fail 2 courses, Georgia will kick you out of the dual enrollment program. They won't pay for anymore. There are times when you potentially are looking like you're going to fail, and then colleges will send ISA an email, say check in on your student and see if they would like to withdraw passing. If they don't withdraw passing now and they end up at the end of the semester looking like they're about to fail, they will have to withdraw failing. And whatever you do when you withdraw, it has to go on your transcript still. So either there would be a WP on your transcript or a WF on your transcript. But that's not going to happen because we are going to be vigilant and we're going to study hard, right, ISA students? So now let's get back to the positives. So dual enrollment, 30 hours for free. How many are you allowed to take per semester? 15 hours a semester is the limit for what Georgia will pay for, which honestly, that's a lot. You don't need to take that much anyway. Most schools will only allow you to take 2 courses at a time. And if you're going to take more than that, your guidance counselor has to submit something. 2 courses at a time for a school that has 8-week courses means you can actually take 4 courses in a semester, which is awesome. That's 12 hours. That's plenty. You really shouldn't have to take more than that. You are permitted to take courses at multiple schools. There are many schools involved in dual enrollment in Georgia. So we'll look through the list together, and most of them have the option of taking things online as well. So you don't even have to go to the school if you don't want to. However, if you would like to go in person, we can also explore that. I have certain schools that I really like the best based on what they teach or how easy their classes are to access, not how easy the courses are themselves, but they're very accessible. So I will sign you up probably to begin with at Toccoa Falls University. They are now a university, or at Truett, McConnell, or at Chat Tech. And I do have some students at Kennesaw University as well. So those are some good options to get started with. Every one of those schools has a different process that they need you to go through for application. So the minute you get to 11th grade, honestly, the summer before 11th grade, go ahead and look online at the college that you're interested in and check and see when you have to apply by, because they have deadlines. So the first thing you have to do is just get accepted to the school. And then once they've accepted you, which I would be part of that process because I have to send them a transcript proving that you've taken enough courses and that you are at 11th grade and that you have a 3.0 average. So I'll send them that transcript, and once you get accepted, there's going to be a few more steps to go through. You'll probably apply for specific classes with them, and they will have something online for you to download and write down the classes you want. I have to sign that. So as soon as you're done applying for that, make sure you shoot it over to me in a scan. I'll sign off saying, yes, I would like them to take these courses. Then you will actually wait and make sure that they send you everything in an email that you need to get started on your course. The books are covered, but you have to buy them. So make sure you're logging in. And this is really important. Parents are not going to be contacted or communicated with. The students are the ones the colleges will communicate with, either the student or the guidance counselor. And that's because of privacy laws in Georgia. So parents, make sure your students put the right email address on their applications. Otherwise, they won't get anything and they'll never get to log in, and that'll be really scary. Every single year, you have to start this process over again in Georgia Futures. So at the very beginning of the year, I'm going to encourage you via email to go to your student account that you've already set up and apply for funding in Georgia Futures. Then that will send an email to the parent. The parent will click, yes, I would like them to take dual enrollment classes. And then that will shoot something to the ISA back office where we will validate, yes, we are going to sign them up for dual enrollment. And that is where your funding will come from. Once you've applied to the school, applied for courses, you need to make sure you communicate with the guidance counselor of ISA, and that person will then begin to upload your funding requests in the back office of ISA. So that's super important to go through that process. Now, how do we know which schools that we're going to be applying for funding? It's all part of that Georgia Futures dual enrollment funding request at the beginning of the year. So at the beginning of every year, you can make a selection of which schools you think you're going to be part of, and you can select more than one. So when you're filling out that funding agreement, you can say, I'd like to take classes at Chat Tech, and I'd like to take some at Lanier Tech, and I'd like to take some at Tacoma Falls. You submit it, it comes to me. Now I can see those are the colleges that you checked off. So just to recap, every year you're going to submit something to Georgia Futures for funding. Your parents will have to validate that it happened. Then ISA will validate that and add you to our back office. You will apply for the college that you're interested in. Some of them want you to do it every year, but at least make sure you're a student there. Then you'll apply for the classes you want. ISA will apply for the funding for those classes. ISA will send a transcript to the colleges of your choice. And then you wait, log in, buy your books, and start your courses. If you have any questions about this, please make sure that you reach out. We are super excited about helping students with dual enrollment in Georgia right now, because there's never been a better time for high school students. You're just getting so much given to you for free. So let's take advantage of all of that. Have a great day.